Right, well, before we wrap up the show, I did promise you an interview with Ian Randell, the man I spoke to earlier on this afternoon from the PGA of Europe. He's down in South Africa to visit the PGAs here, and also part of the Mercedes-Benz World Club ProAm. This is what he had to say to me earlier on today before he jumped back on a flight to the UK. Ian Randell, Chief Executive of the PGAs in Europe as well. Thank you very much for joining us on the show tonight, Ian. It's great to have you on.
No problem, Mark. I'm glad to be here in South Africa.
Well, listen, let's maybe start right there. I mean, tell us about your time in South Africa. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been excellent, thank you. I've seen 3 cities in 4 days, and it's been great to spend some time with my colleagues from the PGA of South Africa, and also get to see firsthand the World Club ProAm.
Ian, obviously you were here for the PGA of South Africa for the Mercedes-Benz World Club ProAm. Take us through some of your experiences from the competition. How did it go?
Yeah, it went extremely well, I believe. I think this is the second year, and we've had a repeat winner. He's a Swedish gentleman from Crete Golf Club, and by all accounts, everybody had an extremely good time. I think our role in getting involved for next year is to increase the international exposure, increase the number of teams we've got coming over from Europe, and I'm convinced they're going to have a great time if they do, because they're playing 5 great golf courses, and what a stunning location.
Well, that's exactly the deal, Ian. I mean, here in South Africa, we feel that we have a lot to offer as far as climate is concerned. And I mean, it often is shown in the popularity of the Nedbank Golf Challenge towards the Joburg Open, the SA Open. From a European perspective, is South Africa a place that is often quite high up on the desire list to travel to?
Yeah, very much so. I think it's an easy-ish destination on a long haul because it's overnight. So, and the time change is obviously minimal. But at this time of year, you've obviously got wonderful warmth and blue skies at a time of year in Europe where it's often pretty cold. So I think the attraction's very, very strong, and I think Durban, where the event is or was this week, is a bit of an unknown really to the European audience. But I was certainly very impressed with what the golf offering was and what the tourism offering was.
Speak to us about the standard of golf that was on display, Ian.
Well, I actually didn't see much of the golf, I'm afraid, but I mean, excellent golf. Obviously, this event is not designed for the touring professional; it's designed for the PGA professional, and which is effectively mainly the guys who are working on a daily basis. But still, they can play, and there was an extremely good standard. As much as anything, I think it's exactly that's what the ProAm experience is all about. It's combining a really competitive environment with a great social experience, and we had the gala dinner in a great facility at the racecourse, and it truly felt like an event as it should.
Speak to us about where you feel the level of I don't want to say competition, I mean more about from a hosting perspective. As you mentioned, it generally is a nice event and a nice place for a lot of people in Europe to come through and travel. But how big of a gap do you feel there is at the moment between South Africa and the rest of Europe?
Oh, there's not a gap at all, really. I mean, South Africa has produced so many great golfers over the years, and there's really not a gap at all. And I think, as I say, this event isn't designed in that way. It's designed as a competitive event, but as much as anything, it's about traditional, the world's premier club ProAm, and that's what it's all about. It's about entertaining the amateurs, giving them a competitive environment, and also having a great event where the professionals can show off their skills to some of their key clients and amateur audience. So
speak to us then about this World Club ProAm format, and obviously that is going to be the top idea here and the major prize. I mean, with the South Africa to visit with the 3 amateurs to come and compete in this unique format?
Yeah, it's something we do quite regularly in Europe. We now, this will be the 10th international ProAm that we sanction, but I think this is a real prestige ProAm, and that's where it's positioning itself, and rightly so. It's over 5 rounds. Most of ours are 2 or 3, and I think that's really good to see. They're playing 5 different golf courses and really soaking up the experience. And I think it is a unique experience because there's not many sports whereas an amateur, you can play in arena as a professional, gain their experience, witness what they're doing firsthand, and so I think it's a unique cocktail of both a pleasurable holiday and competition.
Well, Ian, I trust that you had a pleasurable, I doubt there was too much holidaying, but I trust you had an enjoyable holiday whilst you were here. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we can catch up with you back in South Africa shortly.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I look forward to returning.
All right, thank you very much to Ian Randell joining us on the line from the European PGA. Great to have him in South Africa.